Louis Rossman. I'm going to start this video by saying that name in the hopes that if somebody who watches him can send him a comment telling him to check out this video and also the subject it's about, that would be great, because I've been a subscriber for a long time, and I don't think he's covered this, and I think his voice would amplify what I'm about to talk about. But this video isn't, like, about Lewis, although he does great work, and I would advise everybody subscribe and maybe buy his open source apps, because he does good work. And I've got something on my mind, Happy Halloween, that's relatively spooky, that really fucking pisses me off. For a long time, the U.S. government, in conjunction with basically every megacorporation, has been telling us that we need to knuckle under and accept their arbitrary fact-checking, which is usually a fucking feedback loop between the megacorporations and billionaires and whoever in government agencies who are supposed to be held accountable by the press, being reified and verified because they supply the fact checkers with the information, and they also then get to say that because the source of the facts that they give to the fact checkers was them, that must be the truth. Fact checking sites rarely ever check to see if the information that they've got has been, like, debunked by a third party. They don't care. It doesn't matter to them. But they've done all this. Like, sometimes these fact-checking sites are useful, right? Sometimes. But they've done all this while consistently telling us that us plebs, us over here, the unwashed masses, must accept this new paradigm because of the scourge and deadly dangerousness of mis- and disinformation. They even, if you remember correctly, had a whole fucking department set up with fucking Mary Poppins from hell, like Scary Poppins they called her, there to serenade you about the dangers of mis- and disinformation. And this chick definitely lived up to that nickname. Have a look.
Pondering is really quite ferocious. It's when a huckster takes some lies and makes them sound precocious by saying them in Congress or a mainstream outlet. So disinformation's origins are slightly less atrocious. It's how you hide a little lie. It's how you hide a little lie.
And basically, these people have spent a significant amount of time telling you that you have to avoid bad sources of information, you have to trust their fact checks, you have to accept their version of events, or you're practically a traitor. You are the subhuman pleb that has to do what the Ubermensch in charge say, and believe what they want you to, and if you don't, you're part of the problem. Now, if they have somehow tapped into a source of objective truth, if they have, like, access to an all-knowing, all-seeing God somewhere that they haven't fucking told us about, that'd be one thing. And it'd still be bad, because I'm 100% sure that they could find a way to use even that to say that since we have this ultimate authority, you should trust what we're saying. But they don't. These are imperfect, corruptible fucking humans. And they have been forever, right? And these imperfect, corruptible humans want more capabilities to control you. I want to introduce you, in case you're unfamiliar, to the the Special Operations Forces Acquisition Technology and Logistics Department, SOCOM. So this is their official web page right here. Established in 1991, the Special Operations Forces Acquisition Technology and Logistics, SOFAT&L, Center is responsible for all U.S. SOCOM research, development, acquisition, procurement, and logistics. SOFATL works closely with government, academia, and industry in meeting its mission to provide rapid and focused acquisition, technology, and logistics support to warfighters, delivering the most effective capabilities to our special operations forces. Now, this is a video about certain technologies that they've been trying to slowly get, and an updated version of a document from 2020. And all of this basically proves that everything I've been saying that they've been trying to acquire regarding, the COVID measures, the military and intelligence industrial complexes that they've been building surrounding that, and all of this other warfare that they used Pentagon funds to wage war on the virus with. That and so many other fucking tactical reasons that they need to expand their capabilities, right? I've been warning about those for years, and I feel fucking vindicated. And I've been wanting to talk about this for a bit, and I was reminded to by one of my followers, and I thought I would talk about a document that has recently been released regarding what they want, their capabilities that they have a wish list for, that they are publicly asking for fucking white papers on, practically begging to give taxpayer dollars to a wide array of fucking shit. And at some point, I'm going to do a video on that. But I started all this video off talking about dis and misinformation because these people have, for so fucking long, not even just recently, but like for fucking ever, like over a century at least, been trying to tell you that the only proper source of information is their authority, is what they agree with, is what supports their biases and reifies their shit. And they've been doing this a lot lately, especially since COVID, and especially since they could scare everybody with a virus and say that anything that goes counter to that, their official lines regarding that was killing little Billy and old grandpa. And they really put the propaganda machine into full effect with that incident where CNN literally made like Joe Rogan look sickly green because they shifted the color of his fucking face when he was talking about his COVID treatments to make him look more sick. When the lie about ivermectin being horse paste came out, and everybody kept repeating it despite it never being horse paste, with very few exceptions that people were consuming. They were consuming a human version of the human drug that was used with humans for fucking ever. And all this shit, right? All while people like Vice, and I'm still fucking bitter about this, didn't get taken off Twitter for their disinformation, saying that ivermectin is horse paste, horse dewormer. But definitely, if there's an abortion ban in your area, here's how to crush up horse pills so that you can use them to miscarry on purpose. Like, can we just appreciate how fucking bullshit this is? Like, this isn't how proper discourse should be conducted. But none of the people, really, responsible for spreading the vast amount of panic and actual disinformation got suspended from social media. Meanwhile, so many like alternative doctors and all this shit, got suspended, right? And it's not just that. It's also been people who like have an alternate view on maybe we shouldn't be funding the Ukrainian military until they clean up their Nazi problems. I literally had one of my videos taken down from TikTok temporarily for hate speech. Time for another forbidden TikTok on Ukrainian Nazis. Because I opposed the Nazis in their military and showed fucking symbols related to that. That's the state we're in. And so many people have gotten suspended or gotten a little notice and gotten deplatformed, deboosted by Elon fucking bitch-ass anti-free speech Musk.
Reducing that hateful content from being seen is one of the best examples how X is committed to encouraging healthy behavior online. And today, I can confidently sit in front of you and say that 99.9% of all posted impressions are healthy. Our success with freedom of speech, not reach. If it is lawful, but it's awful, it's extraordinarily difficult for you to see it. And we have an extraordinary team of people who are overseeing, hands on keyboards, monitoring all day, every day to make sure that that 99.99% of impressions remain at that number. Team of people.
No.
Because they went against the popular or authoritarian narrative. But the people who were spreading disinformation about these things, but along the bootlicking lines that the elites wanted them to, those people got to keep going. Those people got to keep their money, their views, everything, right? They got to keep going because they were servicing the establishment. But these people in Special Operations Forces Acquisition Technology and Logistics of US SOCOM, they have a wish list. And in this wish list, it includes so many of the fucking things that I've been talking about for years. But one of them that I really hammered home was the fact that with all this new and advancing technology and AI and shit, eventually, the government, the state, would use these technologies to create alternate realities, to create alternate versions of the truth, to create the truth, and then call anybody who didn't go along with it mis- and disinformation. Now, people thought that I was just being paranoid. Some people said, no, there's no proof of that. There's no proof of that. Come on, man. You're just being paranoid. It's not like they've been slowly collecting, enough data from social media to run a program that, Edward Snowden went against, right? It's not like this has been a problem for decades and that Facebook itself was a tool created and funded by government supporting and government literally adjacent or ex-government assets. It's not like all these things were created for the express purposes of gathering as much voluntarily submitted information as possible for use by the powers which should not be, right? It's not like that might be a good reason to be suspicious of Elon Musk, a heavily state-affiliated actor, talking about connecting your entire financial life and AI to Twitter. Right? No, it couldn't be. But what do they want? What do these people want? And they tell you what they want. They're public about what they want. These people put out a wish list. And one of the things in their wish list vindicates everything I've been saying about this. And this wish list was put out in February of 2023. You're likely already seeing the effects of it now. So what is this element in their wish list? Well, the paper I'm talking about is headed Special Operations Forces Acquisition Technology and Logistics Directorate of Science and Technology, Broad Agency Announcement US SOCOM BAST 2020 Amendment 3. This document is a broad agency announcement from 2020, and this is the third amendment of it that came out this year, and it's Technology Development and Advanced Technology Development. The introduction states, U.S. Special Operations Command, Special Operations Forces Acquisition Technology and Logistics Directorate of Science and Technology transformed the BAA infrastructure to better align with the U.S. SOCOM Commander's strategic priorities and vision. As such, the S&T Directorate will continue to evolve its investment strategy by focusing on SOF modernization development efforts that include encompassing disruptive technology efforts that are larger in scope and meet the demands of the strategic vision and future operating environment. U.S. SOCOM will continue making some investments in Special Operations Forces enhancements in the programs of record. Now, the original document was all about trying to build the next generation soldier. Special Operations Forces are designed to operate in austere environments and continue to be in the forefront of the U.S. efforts confronting an emerging reality where any opponent possesses potential for overmatching capabilities. The new normal, I like how they were using that phrase for their tyranny already in 2020, right? For SOF, will be to operate in satellite-denied and disrupted environments under threat of targeting by high-end military capabilities, including WMDs, where the cyber and electronic warfare domains are contested and increased scrutiny is routine. The future operating environment, FOE, is a world of convergence, the point where the gap between non-state and state actor capabilities diminishes and the threat to force and mission success increases significantly. Core SOF missions such as direct action, counterterrorism, security force assistance, counter-proliferations of WMDs, and more are not expected to change significantly. However, the operational environment in which these missions will be executed is changing in accordance with global themes and trends. SOF missions will not significantly change, but the environment in which they are conducted is and will continue to change significantly. Basically, man, shit be scarier for us now, allegedly. Give us more money and better weapons and better ability to control people. And they have a doozy of desires. I'll get into all of them at some point because they vindicate so many fucking conspiracy theorists already. I could do an entire, Hate with Harding documentary on that, which more Hate with Harding is coming. Feel free to subscribe to that channel as well. But basically, to permit SOF to succeed in such a complex and dynamic environment, S&T seeks to hyper-enable SOF operators. The hyper-enabled operator is an SOF professional empowered by technologies that accelerate tactical decision-making by increasing situational awareness and reducing cognitive workload. Basically that's just them saying, you won't have to think as much. This stuff will make it easier for you to be a pawn in our system. No single technology will independently make operators hyper-enabled. Instead, operators will become hyper-enabled through the integration of technologies. More specifically, the hyper-enabled operator will have technologies which permit the persistent, near real-time collection of data, the rapid automated distillation of those data into mission-relevant information, the dissemination of that information to the personnel who require or can best use it, the presentation of that information in easily understandable formats and user-friendly modalities, the ability to use that information to select, direct, and implement tailorable non-lethal and lethal effects to best meet mission objectives, all while maintaining a freedom of movement and tactical invisibility. Thus, S&T seeks white papers, that being, for those of you who don't follow this kind of shit, proposals. Basically, like, this is how we're going to do what you want, now give us the money so that we can secure the bag. White papers in the area of next-generation intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance, networking and data management, biotechnology and human interface, next-generation effects and precision strike, and next-generation mobility and signature management to build the hyper-enabled operator. See diagram below for a depiction of the HEO concept. I'm not going to show that to you. I'll show that to you when I do my other video on this, because I'm guaranteedly going to do that. But basically, what kind of thing are they looking for? Well, be prepared for something that is extremely spooky, given the mis and disinformation theme of this video, because holy fucking shit is this severe and serious, and please be concerned. Presenting to you the future dystopia of them creating truth. Section 4.3.1.4 of the new document, the updated document for 2023, says, military information support operations, MISO technologies for influence operations, digital deception, communication disruption, and disinformation campaigns at the tactical edge and operational levels. Provide a next-generation capability to collect disparate data through public and open-source information streams such as social media, local media, etc., to enable MISO to craft and direct influence operations and messages in relevant and peer-to-near-peer environments. Provide a next generation of deep fakes or other similar technology to generate messages in influence operations via non-traditional channels in relevant peer-to-near-peer environments. Generate next generation capability to take over Internet of Things devices for collect data and information from local populaces to enable breakdown of what messaging might be popular and accepted through sifting of data once received. This would enable MISO to craft and promote messages that may be more readily received by a local populace in relevant peer-to-near-peer environments. Motherfucker, that's terrifying! That's extremely bad. That's evil. And these motherfuckers who want this capability, assuming they don't already have it, which, let's face it, they fucking do, these motherfuckers want to have more power, and they also want to be able to tell you what's dis and misinformation. These motherfuckers want to be able to create deepfakes and know how people feel and what they think in real time so that they can make the most believable lies possible, and then they want to tell you what's true and what's false after they create the falseness that they will claim is true.
Oh, information laundering is really quite ferocious. It's when a huckster takes some lies and makes them sound precocious by saying them in Congress or a mainstream outlet. So disinformation's origin seems slightly less atrocious. Whew.
This is the new dystopian reality that I have been warning about. Not just me, of course, but I've been banging the drum real fucking hard about this. About why AI is evil. About why anybody who uses it as a fun toy is delusional. Or at least ignorant. Or possibly evil. About how it doesn't matter if you just use it because you want to imitate a celebrity's voice for a meme. It doesn't matter if you just use it because you want to create a music thing that sounds like an artist. It doesn't matter if you create it to make one of these dumb fucking Pixar things that I've been seeing everywhere. It's fucking evil, and you are building a cage around yourself by enabling it. This is what they want to use it for. And they are getting better at it because of everything you submit to social media. They are getting better at it because they are demanding white papers so that they can give anyone who can help them lie to you money. So that they can help collect any information you give them and use it to create fake versions of you. Fake versions of anyone they want. Fake versions of reality. Fake versions of the universe. The multiverse. They want to fake everything and then force you to believe it. This is what I've been warning about. This is what I've been fucking afraid of. This is what I've been so fucking pissed at, and it's right here in front of you on an official government document. So, with that being fucking said, anyone who still has any doubts about anything that I've been saying regarding this for years...
Now, if any of you sons of bitches got anything else to say, now's the fucking time!
This is your wake-up call. This is your proof that these motherfuckers are exactly as evil as I said they were. And this isn't even scratching the surface of what they want in here. They want to be able to identify not only who you are, how many of you there are, and more, armament status, what kind of arms you have, etc., 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 from behind walls. They want to map out entire compounds before they even go in. And then they don't even want to go in. They want to go in with automated fucking toys so that their AI can sort you out. They're building a melding of every dystopia that every science fiction author has been warning you about. And they're laughing at you while they tell you it's not real. Fuck! I'm so angry that people like me who blow the whistle about this get called insane. Get censored. Get silenced. Get targeted and like fucking more. So much coming at us. At every conceivable angle to try and shut us up and discredit us. And it's been right all along. Not only have they wanted capabilities like this since 2020 or before, but now they're actively soliciting for people to build it for them and offering them money to help them lie about whoever they fucking want. Construct whatever reality they want it to be. So, with that being said, I just hope that this message actually gets out there. Because I am so tired of people not taking this seriously. Of people acting like this is some fucking game. This is not a game. This is not a drill. It's happening right here, right now. And we are fucked if we don't do anything about it. And if we keep playing into their hands by playing their little AI games. And like, I'm not perfect, right? Up until like a month and a half to 2 months ago, I forget exactly when I started this, but I was using speech to text because it made me a faster typer on the go. I'm no longer doing that. I'm going to strip every AI out of my life. Everything that I could possibly do. And you know, that's the other thing. Even now, the AI isn't necessarily right. Even now, the AI isn't necessarily giving you the best version of information. Like this thing the other day when I searched on Brave and their automated AI system told me that it's legal to carry a knife longer than 4 inches in Washington if I intend to do harm. because people are increasingly relying on reducing their own cognitive workload. And in the name of not thinking for themselves, they are now entrusting their neural net to the machines, sometimes literally in the form of Elon Musk's Neuralink and so many other things I could bring up. The World Economic Forum doesn't think you have mental privacy. Are they right? So that's why I've been angry. Because this is right here. And it's something that's a threat and has been a threat. This paper was released in 2023. This paper was released in February. Anybody could have already talked about this, but barely anyone has. And they are weaponizing the Internet of Things, all these little smart devices that you put in your home to make things more convenient and reduce your cognitive workload. Those devices are now going to be used to collect information on how best to lie to you. And then they will use the social media that you have been giving them information on to build alternate versions of you so that they can help lie to your friends, to your family, to whoever they want, and create their new version of reality, where if you step out of line, or if you do what they don't want you to do, or if you aren't just a passive little pawn, owning nothing and being happy, if you don't acquiesce, they will fucking destroy you, and other people will believe them! And in an era of false accusations, rest in peace, Inquisitor, if you know, you know. In an age of batshit insane people who think they're on the right side of things because they go against Johnny Depp. Or because, they support, fucking anybody but the inconvenient motherfuckers. This is the world we live in, where it's already that easy. And just imagine if they can get totally realistic and believable versions of all of us to do and say things we would never do or say. To get us against the people who would otherwise be on our side by way of these disinformation campaigns. Digital deception is a quote in a government document. Please take this seriously. And please understand, this is why I mentioned Lewis in the beginning of the video, because he's always about what they're taking from you, what they're using your Internet of Things for. This is it. This is the end game. This is their total control. Because once they get the common person to just accept it when they say something, and once they get good enough capabilities to get these people the information that convinces them, it's open season. We lose. There is no culture war that we cannot lose. If the people controlling the culture and getting the common person to believe it can just create the reality that suits them. This is evil. And I just want to impress that upon every single one of you. Anyone who will listen to me. Which isn't very many people. Like, share, and subscribe, I guess. That this is the conclusion. Soft power has always been their primary angle. If they can trauma bond with a nation by fucking it up, but then we'll help you with your rebuilding efforts as long as you acquiesce to our social models, to our currency, to our trade, to our loans. We'll fuck up your country, and then you will bend over backward for whatever regime we put in place, because you need us now. That's who these people are, already. Give them the reins to the kingdom of truth, and they will reign forever. Because they don't have to rely on hard power at that point. They can just make you a villain, even if you aren't already. That's where we're headed. And I just hope this gives you all the more reason to smash the fucking state.